A special CAHEC award is reserved for residents who distinguish themselves through their participation in CAHEC's community programs. Today, we are delighted to name Micah Harshbarger, a resident of Twin Cedars in Hickory, North Carolina, as our Community Programs Participant of the Year. When the factory where he had been working closed down, Micah found himself without a job and without a place to live. Wanting to remain in Hickory, where he had been working, Micah decided to make a new life for himself. His first mission was to find a place to live, and he learned that he qualified to live in Twin Cedars, a CAHEC family development. The second step in fashioning a new career was to complete his high school education so that he could eventually earn a college degree. Fortunately, the second step was easily achieved. Micah scored over 97% on his GED tests without even cracking a book. He then enrolled in Catawba Valley Community College and applied for CAHEC's David C. P. Adult Scholarship. Since 2009, Micah has received nearly $4,000 in scholarship funding for his tuition. With the help of financial aid and CAHEC scholarship, Micah has been able to follow a passion that he has had for a long time, photography. Initially, he started out pursuing graphic design, but after taking a few design courses, he quickly realized that he enjoyed taking the photos more than he did editing them. At that point, a degree in photographic technology seemed like the next logical step. Micah has excelled in his field while in college. He's had his writing and photographs published in the college's art and literary journal. His photographs have been used for the school's holiday card, an invitation to the school's portfolio show. Some of his work has even been used by local businesses, including 3 fitness DVDs that were sold worldwide. Micah has even produced a commercial that played on all screens at the Carmike Theater throughout the December holidays. Once he set foot in the video industry, Micah decided that commercial and industrial video production may be his true calling. A busy man with all this productivity, Micah is most proud of maintaining a 4.0 GPA while attending college. Staying on the high honors list every semester was extremely important to him, and because he did so, Catawba Valley Community College presented him with the Excellence in Photographic Technology Award. Since Micah's situation was turned around so drastically, he prides himself in volunteering for the Open Doors Homeless Relief Program. He spends a large amount of his spare time going out to the tent cities and helping the homeless with basic needs, and oftentimes just giving them somebody to talk to. Last week, Micah received his Associate's in Science degree in photographic technology and graduated with honors. Because he has shown such discipline and self-motivation in finishing his college education, we have chosen Michael Harshbarger as the Community Programs Participant of the Year.
I'm afraid I'm going to drop that, so I'm just going to leave it over there, standing. One thing that they didn't really mention, I think, is how close I came to not being able to do any of this. Where I was living kind of got pulled out from under me due to other circumstances. So when I was able to move into Twin Cedars, I had less than 24 hours left on the clock before I had nowhere else to be but in my car. So that was a really big thing for me, just having a place like that to go. And then even once I moved in and got going with school, after the first semester, tuition tripled over the course of one semester. So even though I was getting some money from a Pell Grant, it was before I was hoping to live off of that extra money, then it suddenly became to where it barely paid my tuition even. So I had even a lot of family and friends that were encouraging me to actually quit school, which I thought was rather odd. But just because of money, they're like, you really need to quit school, try to find another job, and maybe go back later, which everybody knows rarely happens. Once you quit, that's usually, it's hard to get back. But right at that time, I found out about the adult scholarship program through CAHEC, and that was the only reason I was able to get through. I had just a few weeks and I had to make a decision whether I was going to quit or not. And that was it was the only reason I was really able to get through that. So without either one of those things, I wouldn't have been able to continue in this at all. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I thank you very much for this award, and I hope that my future work will be worthy of it. Thank you.
Now let us introduce you to a man with a reputation for trying to charm property inspectors. He's the maintenance manager at Partnership Village, a housing community for formerly homeless individuals and families. His care for the property and his great rapport with residents and inspectors alike charmed CAHEC's compliance managers so much that we invented a new CAHEC award category just for him. We take great pleasure in bestowing the Golden Tool Belt Award for Outstanding Property Maintenance to Fabio Aguilar. Fabio has been an employee of Partnership Property Management since 2006. At Partnership Village, he's responsible for daily maintenance and the turnover process of 68 units, as well as care of the grounds. According to Pat Summers, Regional Property Manager for Partnership Village in Greensboro, North Carolina, Fabio consistently meets annual budget goals. He likes to joke around with the residents, and laughter is also the response when Fabio imitates the mechanical noises of the appliances needing repair. His specialization, we're told, is washers and dryers. He looks forward to Pat Summers' visits to Partnership Village when she takes him out to lunch, a big lunch, on her expense account. In all seriousness, no. Fabio has been awarded Partnership Property Management Regional Awards for outstanding service, professionalism, and dedication at the Southeastern Affordable Housing Management Association Conference in 2012. Fabio participated in a maintenance contest where the contestants were timed on making repairs on certain items at various stations. Fabio won in the plumbing, smoke detector, and tools categories. When asked about Fabio, residents cite an array of attributes. He's professional. He always has a smile. He takes pride in his work. He can be trusted in their homes. He is respectful, and he is great for the entire community. In recognition of his efforts and his success in making Partnership Village Apartments an inviting place to live, we are happy to award the CAHEC Golden Tool Belt for outstanding property maintenance to Fabio Aguilar.
So don't believe what he said. It's not true. He paid me to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kat, and Bobby, Harry Lee, and Pat Sommer. I feel proud to be in this company. Thank you so much. Oh, also, who wants that? I'll sell it.
I think we're all sufficiently covered in glitter now, so. It's easy to be enthusiastic when speaking about CAHEC's community programs. After all, it's fun to think about abstract things like scholarship dollars, expense-paid trips, and the community grants that serve to enhance the lives of our residents. But running these programs takes time, energy, and hands-on leadership. CAHEC can support these programs, but we can't run them from our desks here in Raleigh. It takes dedicated site personnel to do this. This year, we have chosen to honor a site manager who has introduced the community programs at Orchard Creek, CAHEC's Community Programs Partner of the Year, Gail Slate. Orchard Creek is a new construction development serving families earning up to 60% of the area media income in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Managed by Vista Capital Management Group, the property leased up its 64 units in 2001. Shortly after Orchard Creek was fully occupied, Gail Slate arrived on the scene as the property's first site manager, and she started the community program's ball rolling. Listen to how she's enriched the lives of those residents in less than 18 months. First off, Gail focused on CAHEC's site-based programs. She applied to set up a technology learning center in Orchard Creek's computer room. Next, she submitted the application for the community grant program. The community grant application requires that 51% of the residents complete a survey to demonstrate that the residents have had input into how the grant money will be spent. This means that Gail was busy getting to know those residents while distributing and collecting surveys. With the grant money, Orchard Creek added 2 additional computers, desks, and chairs, along with items for a children's center. With the site-based programs taken care of, Gail started promoting the David T. Peete Adult Scholarship Program to current and potential residents. So far, she has helped 10 Orchard Creek residents apply for the scholarship. This community program has now covered more than $8,000 in educational costs for the Orchard Creek residents. In one instance, Gail encouraged a mother with 2 children to go back to school after quitting her job to care for her terminally ill husband. CAHEC scholarship enabled this resident to take computer courses at a local college, improve her resume, and land the job she had always dreamed about. When asked about this particular resident, Gail said, "It's rewarding to witness the growth in an individual who has the courage to step out of her comfort zone in an attempt to improve the quality of her life." In her addition to her success with adult scholarships, last summer Gail managed to recruit 10 students to jumpstart the 2012-2013 Youth Recognition Program. As a group, her young residents chose to conduct a food drive to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina as their community service assignment. Using her free time outside of work to help the kids is not out of character for Gail. In fact, it's time well invested for her. She told CAHEC, "The rewards of seeing my residents make wiser choices that enable them to reach their goals far outweigh the time spent." Since the YRP has been such a huge hit, Gail has already spread the word about the Senior Recognition Program, which she plans to launch on her site this year. According to Gail's manager, Deb Crawley, Gail always has a smile. You can see it on her face when she greets anyone who visits the property. She's easygoing, always professional, and a team player. Jokingly, Deb added that she wondered if Gail could be cloned. Gail's excitement and drive for implementing so many of CAHEC's community programs in such a concentrated period of time has led to her on-site success. We believe this dedication and momentum make Gail Slate a perfect candidate for the Community Programs Partner of the Year.
First, I'd like to thank CAHEC for offering us the opportunity and the funding. And the reason I do that is Micah is a prime example. I can take a small child and hopefully someday they'll be able to graduate from college. Thank y'all.
All right, everybody mixed all my notes up on that one, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, so one more round of applause for all the recipients. They did a fantastic job this year.